It's time for Early brought to you Gaina Trucking. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Bush.
I want to buy a couple ducks. I'm bringing 2 ducks to the office.
This is Early Break.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen. Early Break, full show headlines to get to. Hour one, sponsored by Gaina Trucking. Their current job openings at GainaTrucking.com. You can always call or text us at 402-464-5685. Watch and comment on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter, or watch channel 951 on Allo. Good morning.
We better have some fun today because I think
are.
we both, all we did was work yesterday.
Well, I played golf last night. I had golf league.
Yeah, you see, you got out and had some fun.
But it was chilly. It felt like work because it was chilly out there, you know? And you can stay warm.
Yeah. What'd you wear?
Well, this is the deal. By the way, Bill will be back tomorrow. Bill Bush out today, back tomorrow. For those curious,
Coach.
Your coach is in his spot.
Yeah,
can't see that on the video stream, but it's fine.
Josh is here. Joshua is here for his last.
Do you ever
week.
feel like you need an excuse for when you are playing bad?
Golf
in something, whether it's golf, baseball, some sort of this is off.
Oh.
I had one last night, and I changed it. I had a fleece on. I wore that. I wore a black fleece to work. That I was playing golf in the same thing. It's a little thick. And I don't play well when I've got things trying. That when I'm
inhibiting you.
Exactly. You
don't want to be inhibited.
Exactly. That's exactly right. So the first hole, my first tee shot on hole 8, I pulled it left into the crap. Had to go drop, made a bogey still. The next hole is the easiest hole with wheels. Topped it and said, okay, no more jacket. No more jacket. Jacket came off. I parred the rest of the way.
Okay,
I bogeyed that hole, but bogeyed. Parred the last 7 holes.
When you top it, that means you hit like a ground ball.
Yeah. I mean, this hole at Woodland Hills is like a 200 for the whites in league. It's 230-yard par 4. Par 4.
Wow.
That's a long par 3. It's a short par 4, and I topped my tee shot like 30 yards.
Ooh.
Maybe I think more like 60 yards, but made a bogey though.
Now, in his absence,
Bill hates golf, so that's why we're doing it right now. I'm paused. I said I parred the rest of the way. There's nothing else. I took the jacket off, and the rest of the way I parred.
We get complaint. I know we don't get complaints about that. We get complaints about NBA talk. I noted a little bit on YouTube. No, Walter.
Yeah, Walter.
Walter,
we hear you. We see you every day.
Yeah, Walter, I understand.
Appreciate you.
I understand the anti-NBA sentiment, but the playoffs are different and in a good way. And tonight's a beautiful series. I mean, it is an epic series starting tonight. Denver and LA. I think tip-off is 7:30, which is manageable.
Let me confirm that for you real quick.
Please, I'll be watching that.
7:30 p.m. ESPN, Nuggets, Lakers. You want to guess the spread?
Oh, yeah, I will get.
Game 1 in Denver.
Well, I'll tell you what, I like LA in this series because Denver doesn't defend the rim that well. And think about LeBron going to the rim and Aaron Davis going to the rim. But what the game's at
Denver.
Yeah, Denver's got to be the favorite, right?
By
6.5.
6 on the dot.
Ooh, nailed
Almost
that.
nailed it.
Man.
By the way, this is part of Idle Chit Chat real quick.
Their sports takes are great.
Generally,
but random conversations are even better.
I don't know if you want to talk about that on the radio.
You just did.
You just did. I mean, we're not just talking amongst ourselves.
I know. It's time for Early Chit Chat on Early Break, sponsored by Newton's Lawn Care.
Yes, tonight, Nuggets and Lakers, Game 1, 7:30 ESPN. Tomorrow, Heat Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. That'll tip off at 7:30 on TNT.
I have to work to drum up interest in that one.
Why?
I'm sorry. Not a Celtics fan.
You're a Heat fan because of me. I don't have an NBA team right now.
No, I don't dislike the Heat. I like Jimmy. So
then you should be a Heat fan. You should find interest in that series.
Yeah, I
tell me this. ESPN was showing like a percentage of chances in that series. The Heat have a 3% chance to win. per some sort of metric out there. They have
That's too low.
A 3% chance to win that series.
That's too
how
low.
stupid is that?
That's stupid.
How stupid is that math? Now they might lose in 4 games and they can be proved as brilliant, but they just beat the 1 seed in 5 games and they beat the Knicks in 6. Dumb.
Quick transition.
Here from Bill.
This is from Brent.
Oh,
our friend Brent, our good friend Brent, our loyal friend Brent, who has been listening to the show since its inception 7 years ago.
Just over 7 years ago.
Okay, just over. Now this is directed at you. It was we had a conversation yesterday that was somewhat alarming to me.
All right, hit me, Brent.
If I'm driving through Lincoln this morning from Albuquerque, that guy, and I hear City Boy Jake say ticks can't live in the city, I'm riding in silence to Omaha.
My point was this.
What is your point, Jake?
If you're in the city and you have like some sort of acreage in the city, then sure, there's
no. You're digging yourself a hole.
Farmland. There's tall grass.
If there's just trees around, there can be ticks. If there's a tree in your front yard, there can be ticks in there. If you live in the dead of the city with a single tree in your front yard, there could be a tick.
How many times has someone left your house and said, "I got a tick there," though?
Oh wait,
versus going to a farm, it's pretty common. I got ticks in my leg. Or I played golf. Oh crap, I got ticks. I walked in the tall grass there.
I grew up in Columbus we didn't live in the country, and we lived in just a typical U.S. neighborhood, and ticks were fairly common. We didn't live in a desert. Now, if you lived
did you mow the yard? Did you mow the yard ever?
Yeah.
Did you just have tall grass lying around the house?
Well, you get out of trees and bush, and we didn't live in a desert setting. Maybe
there's no desert in Beatrice either, my friend.
You had to. It was fairly alarming to me when you expressed a level of surprise that you can get ticks in a city.
I don't think I ever have besides at a golf course. That's what I'm saying. I've never been a buddy's friend at a random house below a tree in the city and got a tick from it.
Not that you knew of.
Okay, here's now Dalton in Omaha has a take. Dalton.
Okay.
This might be fake news. I don't know. I can't confirm this on the
Excuse
spot.
me, Dalton.
Dalton says this. Sip, ticks don't live in trees. It's a common misconception, but it's not true. They live in grass. Jake is 100% right on that.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna say that I'm right 100%.
Yeah. Well,
there's a chance they live in trees. Now, can someone confirm that ticks don't live in trees? Can someone confirm that to us?
Yeah. What about bush? I don't. I just that is a common misconception then that they don't live in trees. Ticks. They've lived in my head. I mean, I think there's been times where I've had a tick and
you just roll around the grass.
No, I don't know how you get them. I mean, I don't know how I would get it. Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Tall grass. Everyone's saying
Trix the other day said there was one time she lived in the country growing up, and she said she had 32 ticks. She lost count at 30.
So here's the take from that one guy regarding the tree situation. Okay. He says, I think they like the shady grass under trees.
Oh, okay.
I've always thought ticks were in the grass. Always.
I didn't know.
Like if I get a tick, it's not on my head. It's usually on my leg or somehow it gets on my arm. But typically legs. That's where ticks
Why
are.
do people commonly get them in their hair then?
I don't. I've never had one in my hair.
That's where I've got.
That's where lice lives, is your hair.
No, it's not lice. I've had ticks ingrained in my cranium.
Okay, Matt says, wow, just looked it up, and ticks do not live in trees. So that is a misconception that you've lived with. You just looked it up.
A lot of people.
Just looked it up. They don't live in trees.
But there's grass.
So I'm somewhat right here. Josh, I'm taking a W.
But there's grass in the city.
I know. Yes, I agree with that. That's why I'm just saying that the life of ticks is strange because they like tall grass. Like if my grass is mowed consistently, like I don't have tall grass. Ticks aren't at my yard. They're not there.
I don't
like
know.
they pick and choose. They pick and choose where they live.
Right now, there's entomologists.
And I want to see where they migrate, how they migrate.
Right now, there's entomologists listening all over the world, Jake, and cringing at this conversation. Like, what are these
What's
guys?
wrong with these idiots
Yeah,
in
what-
Nebraska?
Yeah, they're not. We're making some declarative statements about ticks that are probably ridiculously wrong. Like me saying that they're in trees. Okay, that's
And
stupid.
did I agree with you? I said I don't
No,
know.
you did
that.
not.
I
You were
said
right.
I
Yeah,
hesitated
right.
saying I don't believe in that.
Yeah, you weren't wrong on that one. But
Just a lot of response, by the way, the ticks and the
but
text.
to say that they don't exist in cities.
I don't see them very often.
You don't see ticks.
I know.
They don't
I
present
see-
themselves.
I don't see people talking about tick problems in the city.
It's usually not something you just don't volunteer it. Usually.
Here's the example. In the city, there's schools, right? The kids go outside for
getting
recess.
ticks,
No,
and they're
no,
getting
they're
ticks.
absolutely not.
Well, why? not?
Parents that are listening 464-5685. This is very important. Once again, 402-464-5685. If you are like every person that sends a kid inside the city somewhere to school, when they had recess, did you ever hear about tick problems?
Oh, I gotta think so. Yeah.
464-5685. I'll tell you right now, I've never heard of a tick problem at recess ever,
I mean,
unless
I can't,
recess went to the farm.
I can't. No, recess can be in tall grass. Oh, I'm guarantee it. There's ticks that have been incurred at recess. I would guarantee it. Unless they're doing recess on an all cement structure, which is possible in some cases, but not many. Come on. Ticks can only be incurred outside city limits is ridiculous.
Okay, here's some text, and we'll get to Dylan Raiola after this. I promise. Okay,
Dylan
we have
Raiola.
we have a lot of text coming in. I got to
Okay.
read these. But I had it was kind of like a roll call there.
Yeah.
I want to get people's opinions on the ticks in the city.
See what they say.
Okay. Casey in Topeka says Jake is right. You will generally not have ticks in a regularly mowed yard. Generally.
Okay.
Generally. So not all the time, but generally. Let's see. Wet Blanket chimes in.
No
he
way.
He
No
says,
way.
He says, quote, ticks living in trees is SIP's Nebraska's 2021 downhill running game. He had committed belief to both, and they both completely were made up.
It's just nice to hear from Wet Blanket.
It is. Mike says 2 kids at LPS, no ticks at recess.
Okay. No ticks that you know of. I've had ticks that were probably. I don't believe. Oh God, I'm not going to say anything more about a certain.
Matt says I've had my pet bringing ticks from rolling around the yard in the city. Pets do.
Pets do.
That's not I said kids. I didn't care about the pets.
Pets.
I care about them. Not,
Well, you can.
not in this situation.
I think
though.
you can get a tick from your pet.
Yes, you can, and that's probably where they come from mostly. Is the pets.
Stop. Just stop making statements like that.
I think I'm right here. I feel pretty good
Jake,
about my assessment here.
Jake, please. I appreciate the fact that you go out on limbs on topics for which you have no knowledge at all.
Newt says I have 7 kids. I've
Yeah.
never had a kid with a tick at school.
That you know of.
Patrick says never ever. This is double. Never ever had tick issues in Lincoln. 2 kids.
Huh.
I feel like I'm validated here.
No, because I've had ticks in my hair.
But you must be rolling around
I'm
some
not rolling
weird
around.
tall grass
I'm not
areas. I
rolling
don't know
around.
where you're at.
I'm not rolling around.
You like rolling the grass at Shoemakers out there? Or
No,
what?
no.
It's like rolling around.
No.
Yeah, Josh says that's what you're doing. All right.
No.
Thank you for all the text. I think we
We
confirmed
need to learn about ticks.
what we have learned is there's not a tick problem in the city of Lincoln.
Nobody said there was.
You said there was. You
No,
said,
I did
said
not.
there's ticks in the city. You said there's ticks in the city.
Please don't have your
I said I
takeaway.
don't think so.
Please don't have your takeaway be there's not ticks in city environments.
Not very much.
Come on.
Not very many. Okay, that's Idle Chit Chat, sponsored by Newton's Lawn Care. I'm sure Andrew would have plenty of takes on ticks. He probably sees ticks in tall grass all the time before
Andrew.
he mows it.
Andrew, what is their phone number?
Yes, Andrew at Newton's Lawn Care, 402-440-6297. Call today to get him to mow your grass and also for lawn fertilizer.
And if there's a tick issue.
And if you have a tick issue, call Andrew at Newton's Lawn Care, 440-6297.
Andrew
All
doesn't
right.
mind that last part.
All right. No, he
There's
doesn't.
probably spray or something.
Well, the news of yesterday, as we talked about ticks to begin the show, was, of course, I don't think anyone's surprised about this anymore, but Dylan Raiola officially commits to Georgia. Now, again, let's rewind for a second back to mid-December. Calvin, can we do that real quick?
Yeah.
Middle of December. I remember I was in Indianapolis for a wedding. I wake up that morning, and I see that Raiola had decommitted from Ohio State, and all of a sudden I see Matt Rule tweet that Undertaker, or the guy from WWE, where he sits up like, I'm alive, I'm back. And there was belief that, hey, Nebraska has a chance to be the favorite to get Raiola. I think for about a month, maybe 2 months max.
Okay.
You felt like, hey, we might be the leaders in the clubhouse here, right?
Yeah.
Was that a prevailing assumption here or a thought?
Definitely in the picture.
And then the last 2 months, it's felt like it's out the window. I think ever since he didn't come to the spring game, which was, I guess that was last month. But I think by the end of March, people were saying, doesn't look so good with Dylan Raiola. And why do you blame him, by the way? Dylan Raiola is the number one quarterback in the class, number one rated player in the class.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
University of Georgia, unless I'm wrong here, Sip, has won back-to-back national titles and won this last one by 50-plus points against TCU. Nebraska has missed 6 straight bowl games. I know that Dominic, his father, is a wonderful alum of Nebraska, but at some point, you just had to sit back and say it makes more sense for him to go to Georgia. I get it. Like I'm not mad today.
No, nobody.
I don't sit here mad and pissed at Dylan Raiola.
No, of course not. But you're right. There was a period in which it felt like Nebraska had a chance. And I do think they had a chance. I mean, I don't want to act like I don't talk to Dominic. I purposely have not talked to Dominic Raiola as much in recent weeks because for obvious reasons. I didn't want to call him and be like, hey, is there an update? What's going on? You know, that would get old for both of us, right?
Yeah.
And I kind of had a handle on it. So, and I imagine he didn't want to constantly address it. So I haven't been in much contact with Dominic. We texted yesterday. And I'm not even going to share that text. I shared it with you. I shared it with you off air. I'm not sharing it on air. But it comes down to this for me. You're right. Kirby has got it going. Kirby's smart. I mean, I've been reading about Kirby Smart a lot because I like to know how coaches push their programs to a level like that. And there's a great article on ESPN that came out late last year. Talks about his introductory news conference at Georgia in late 2015. Do you remember that period at all? Kirby had worked 11 years for
Nick Saban.
Yeah. First of all, Kirby worked 11 years for Nick Saban. Now, how do you think that, how much learning do you think transpired?
Well, a lot.
Kirby, at his introductory news conference, told reporters, he looked down at his watch and said he wants to use every minute he has toward recruiting. He said, as a matter of fact, I'm ready to go right now. Okay. He's proven to be a ridiculously good recruiter, and he's a good head coach recruiter. And guess what? He took the onus to recruit Dylan Raiola. When Dominic told me that months ago, when he said Kirby's leading the charge on this one, I thought that's trouble for Nebraska.
Shouldn't it be that way with the number one overall
maybe
player? Like every time for the head coach speech?
Maybe.
Right?
I don't think it always is, though. You're right, but Kirby's involvement was heavy involvement. And then I thought, okay, this is trouble. This is the ESPN article points this out, that Georgia's program under Smart is looking more like vintage Alabama than Alabama does right now. Physically imposing, stingy on defense, and possessing a relentless attitude that's a reflection of its head coach.
Well, here's the thing too for Dylan. His goal is to make the NFL. It is to get to the next level, be a great quarterback, win a championship in college, obviously, and get to the league. What does Kirby Smart recruits, like you said, at a very, very high level? It's not just, hey, I'm going to take a break. I just won 2 titles. I'm going to call it good. If we have a bad year, we have a bad year. No, they get elite talent every year. They're at worst, a top 5 recruiting class every single season, right?
Right.
For the last, I don't know, 8 years, probably.
Yeah. Well,
they bring in talent all the time. I mean, Nebraska just took guys from the roster that weren't playing.
Right.
Nebraska's relying on MJ Sherman to be a factor here who didn't really play at Georgia last year.
Right.
He was buried in the depth chart. They're that stacked everywhere. Defensively, offensively. He will have a great offensive line. He will have a great running back. He'll have great receivers. He'll probably have a great tight end. Right now they have Brock Bowers, a great tight end. Now, he probably won't play with him when he's a quarterback at Georgia. He'll be gone.
He'll be gone.
But they will probably have another great tight end.
Well, but don't overlook the fact that there's a defense there that takes a lot of pressure off the quarterback.
I know. I said they have a great defense. Yeah. They have a great offense. They are great all around.
So
very few weaknesses there.
They also have a 4-star quarterback in the class of 2024, Ryan Puglisi. So now, I mean, listen, Dylan's not going to go to a place where there's no competition. He's too good. He's got to go to a program where, of course, there's competition. There would have been competition in Nebraska.
Less, but
yeah,
less competition.
And there's going to be pressure wherever he goes. It's a different kind of pressure at Georgia, but in some ways, it's a little less in that he doesn't have to carry the program at Georgia.
Absolutely not.
Nobody's asking him to carry the program. In fact, I think he'll enjoy being kind of lost in the shuffle a little bit. He's just another great player at Georgia. Right. At Nebraska, he's the savior.
Yeah, I would argue that there's more pressure here by far.
Now that is absolutely the way I feel. I don't know if Nebraska fans want to hear that.
Well, I don't care. They need to hear that.
But I think there absolutely would be a lot more pressure on him at Nebraska to be the savior of the program.
Yes.
I mean,
we got the number 1 quarterback in the country. The number 1 player in the country is coming to Nebraska.
Right.
He's going to fix all of our problems. We're saved. The moment he throws a couple picks.
Oh God.
Oh boy. God. Here we go. We're cursed. We can't do anything. We're cursed. Right. He's not right. Overrated.
If I hope people.
That's how we operate.
I hope people don't push back, because what did we just see with Adrian? It was the same type of conversation.
He's the savior.
He was hailed as a freshman. By the time he left, people were shoving him out the door. And he became one of the most polarizing players I've ever seen at Nebraska.
Oh, yeah.
Without having a controversial personality. Adrian's just a good guy.
He was a good guy. No off the field problems at all. None.
I've never seen such a good guy, such a benign personality, pleasant personality, be so polarizing. I've never seen it. That guy was incredibly polarizing. We'd butt heads over
all the time.
But it wasn't because of anything he said. It wasn't because of the way he conducted himself. It was just purely about how he was used and how he played. Right?
If Dylan Raiola goes to a grocery store in Athens, Georgia, he's going to be left alone. He's going to get left alone.
Yeah, pretty much.
He was seen at
I don't know about Jake left alone. I don't know.
If he was seen at Hy-Vee here in Lincoln,
oh God, mob scene,
there would be 20 people around him saying, "Can I get your auto? Can I get a picture? Can I get your autograph?" And that's a lot for a kid.
I don't know if that's for sure the case, but probably in a lot of situations.
That would be the biggest recruit you've had in the history of recruiting ranking SIP. Yeah. Marlon Lucky was number 5 overall player. That's bigger than that. This would be the number 1 player in his class, not just quarterback, player. Yeah, and he's the son of a legend here. Yeah, he'd be getting his picture taken everywhere, left and right, autographs, requests to do interviews, all the stuff.
But is that
whereas Georgia, he might get some of that, but nowhere near what it'd be here, and that is a lot of pressure on a kid.
Is that all necessarily a horrible thing? No. But we're just saying there's more pressure. And there's pressure at Georgia. So I imagine people in the text line are saying, wait a second, guys. They're not?
Well, no, they are. But there's the pressure there is like you already have a team built to win. You don't have a team that's built to win here yet. They need to build into winners. Georgia's ready to win.
And the bottom line is Dylan Raiola doesn't have to carry Georgia on his back. He doesn't. I mean, he's got to fight to win a starting job is what he's got to do. And a big part of this, I know from conversation with Dominic, is he wants his son at a place that's going to make him better. Now, he could get better at Nebraska.
Could, but you will get better at Georgia.
Probably, if you put the work in. And he's got to go beat out guys. I mean, again, they recruited a quarterback in this class, a 2024 class. I said his name, Ryan Puglisi, a 4-star kid from Avon, Connecticut. UGA currently has 3 quarterbacks on scholarships for next season. And they're obviously highly rated guys. But, I mean, Dylan wasn't going to run from competition. If he was going to go to a high-profile program, you're going to have to beat somebody out, right? You don't get handed jobs at Georgia. Nobody does. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Get handed jobs.
No, I mean,
and that's nothing about Nebraska. Was he going to get handed a job here? I mean,
pretty good chance he would have.
Now, Sims could be here next season, 2024. So now I don't know how that he could have, who knows how that would all work. We don't need to get into a debate on something that didn't happen. But then here's the other part of the conversation that Nebraska fans can take a degree of comfort in. It can widen back to Nebraska. If it doesn't go well at Georgia, Nebraska could be the fallback plan.
Might be here in a couple of years, possibly.
Right.
You never know.
The transfer, I guarantee you, Nebraska won't stop recruiting him. I mean, not in a conventional sense, but the door will remain open. Right?
There is still,
of course,
there is still an employee on this roster, on this staff, with his last name.
This is This is where Bill would look at me like I'm nuts. Oh, you think they'll leave the door open for the number 1 quarterback? Thank you. Yeah, they will.
Whose uncle is the offensive line coach here?
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I will say this about yesterday. The news wasn't. It's not like it hit most people like a hammer, right? People kind of saw this coming, right? Not everybody though. There are still people asking me as recently as late last week, is he going to visit? Is he going to visit Nebraska? Is he going to take that official visit in June, late June? Will he be there for that big recruiting weekend, June 25th?
The ship had sailed.
Well, it pretty much had, but I'm telling you, there were still people wondering about whether he was going to visit here. And if Jake, I'm telling you, there were people that professed to know these things that still sort of wondered if Nebraska was in it. And as far as that goes, I know they were, in February, when he came here late February for the basketball game, he came with his father, and they, it was an unofficial trip during the dead period, but they could do it
because chanting his name.
Yeah, they could do it because, they're visiting their uncle. Can't stop him from visiting his uncle. And they were chanting his name. And I knew at that point what the situation was. There were people still saying, or there were people saying, hey, Sipple, he's coming, isn't he? And there was a comment that Dominic made that weekend that just encapsulated where the situation was to me. He just said, look, I'm just glad we're in the conversation. We being Nebraska. Mm-hmm. Look, I'm just glad we're in the conversation. So he was in the conversation, but that was it. There was no decisions. It was just that.
That was part of the 2 months you felt really good about your chances, though. But with that comment, you didn't feel that great. Though.
I felt
that's what Nebraska fans, in terms of what they thought, felt like. Hey, we're gonna get this guy.
I would say this when Dominic said that, I didn't feel good or bad. I just felt like they're in the conversation. I didn't feel like Nebraska had an edge or somebody else had an edge or anything like that. I just felt like I just took it. It's easy to do with Dominic. Just take what he says at his word because that's the way he is. Hey, I'm just glad we're in the conversation. That's it. They're in the conversation.
We've also said this too regarding Raiola in terms of his stock as a quarterback in college football. I mean, if he came to Nebraska and was not good, he can't go anywhere that really any great, right?
Right.
If he came to Nebraska off the bat and failed, or he's just a bust of a top number 1 quarterback.
Right. Or just didn't live up to the incredible expectations.
Right. If he goes to Georgia competes for the job, does not win it, he can still transfer somewhere and still be wanted by everybody, right? Because
100%.
They probably will have a quarterback that's really good, that's winning championships.
I think that.
And he won't be viewed as a guy that's a bust. He's viewed as a guy that just needs a chance somewhere.
I wonder how much of that sentiment is part of the decision-making process. I wonder, because a lot of high-level athletes like this don't think about the possibility of failure. So I don't know if that conversation is prominent in his thoughts.
It might not, but this makes that now a reality or a possibility.
Sure. It's perfectly fine as a discussion point, but I'll wonder if he thinks like that, because like I said, high level people sometimes don't even consider failure to be an option, but you're exactly right. If it doesn't work there, he'll have plenty of suitors,
including
Nebraska.
Right.
Yeah. So there you go. Dylan Raiola.
No one's surprised, but Dylan Raiola officially commits to Georgia. We can stop following that for a while now until he goes there, and if he doesn't start, then maybe reopen that down the road.
You got it.
When we come back, I saw a bowl projection by a respected writer that Nebraska fans will absolutely love, and I'm not being sarcastic. You will love where this projection is at. I'll tell you next on Early Break on the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Bush on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're interested in installing solar panels in Nebraska, there's a name you need to know. Solar by Alpine Electric is based out of Lincoln. You can be sure your project will be handled with care and detail, because Rick, the owner of Solar by Alpine Electric, will be involved in the entire process from start to finish. We're an REC Solar certified pro installer and handle jobs in Lincoln and the surrounding area. Let us show you real-time results in your area. Call Rick today at 402-440-4371. Solar by Alpine Electric.
Look at your car. It's filthy and probably has a few dings and nicks all over it. Don't be that guy. Get it upgraded and repaired at Renew Your Auto. At Renew Your Auto, they offer tons of services: ceramic coating, window tinting, paintless dent repair, washes and details, bed liners, body shop, and more. Where can you go to get services like that all in one place? Schedule your appointment today at renewyourauto.com. See what Renew can do for you.
Hi, this is Becky from Midwest Bank, and our team is here for you. From our friendly staff to our innovative products to our online banking and mobile app, all of our services are designed with you in mind. We'll help you open a checking account, apply for a loan, open a credit card, or start saving for the future. We do it all. We're your local community bank, a trusted partner that's here to serve you. Your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
Spring is here and it's time to get those seeds in the ground. There's no time for delays if your equipment needs a new part. That's why Acres stocks thousands of premium John Deere parts for all your ag machines. Planters, sprayers, and tractors, Acres has what you need now. And with a team of John Deere certified technicians, Acres will diagnose and repair your equipment quickly. Visit acres.com to find your closest location. Our team of parts and service professionals are dedicated to keeping you operating at full capacity. Acres, solutions for every field.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mix Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical, and retirement benefits, paid time off, and we pay for CDL training. Apply today to earn an average total compensation of $50,000 to $60,000 your first year driving. From Nebco's beginnings in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's the
This is former Husker and NBA veteran Eric Strickland. Some kids wish for a family dog. Others wish for a family. Last month, over 100 kids needed a foster family and home. A gift to Cedars makes an immediate impact on Lincoln's kids. And on Give to Lincoln Day on Wednesday, May 24th, your gift goes even further. Go to givetolincoln.com and make your gift to Cedars and support Lincoln's kids today.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. And apply today at .com.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning courses at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Springtime is here, and it's time to get to work on outdoor projects. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams. From treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and TimberTech composite decking. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671. Go online at deckcityne.com or visit their new location just north of 33rd and Cornhusker Highway.
Nebraska's favorite vape shop,
Generation V.
providing friendly, personalized service and the largest selection of vaporizers and e-liquid flavors in the state.
Generation V.
Generation V will beat or match competitors' price. With a huge selection, great service, and the lowest prices, Generation V is your one-stop shop for all your vaping needs.
Generation V.
With 4 Lincoln locations, visit us on the web at generationv.com. E-cigs contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
We're on the air. Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I know you're all depressed about the Dylan Raiola news of him going to Georgia. So let's get you in a better mood now that Raiola's going to Georgia. So I want people to be in a good mood this morning. I saw a bowl projection yesterday by respected journalist Brett McMurphy.
Yes.
Formerly of ESPN and several different entities. Now he's with the Action Network. Was putting out his bowl projections, and the place he has, number one, he has Nebraska in the bowl, which is great. And I love the opponent against Utah.
You love
Nebraska versus Utah. Kyle Whittingham. Hello.
Do you want to bite that off?
What?
It's
a good
a
team.
little more than you can
It's a
chew
good
there.
team. Formerly in the Rose Bowl last year, they lost
Right.
to Penn State.
No, you're right. I love the projection.
Okay, but here's the deal.
No, what's the deal?
McMurphy has Nebraska in the Las Vegas Bowl.
Right.
Now, that would be incredible. That would be absolutely amazing. Here's when the Vegas Bowl is. It's before Christmas.
What's the date?
Last year it was December 17th.
Ooh, long before Christmas.
Oregon State beat Florida 30-3. So that was a 9-3 Oregon State team versus a 6-6 Florida team.
Okay.
Now there was no Big Ten in that. That was Pac-12 SEC. But for some reason he has Pac-12 versus Big Ten with Nebraska in the Vegas Bowl.
He has Utah as an 11-point favorite.
That's fine. That's early favorite, early line.
That hurts.
Imagine it is so easy to get to Las Vegas for Nebraska fans.
Yes.
From Lincoln.
Help us.
Now there's now a direct flight from Lincoln via Redway, the new at Lincoln Airport. Omaha has direct flight. Grand Island has direct flights to Vegas.
It would be flooded with Nebraska.
It would be awesome.
Las
It'd be
Vegas would
before
flooded.
Christmas.
Yeah. Las Vegas would be flooded with Nebraska fans.
Hell yeah, it would. And I'd be there. You'd be there.
Yeah, you'd be there.
We'd have a great time.
Yeah, we would.
That would be the ultimate place. I mean, again, Florida's great. Arizona's awesome. California. Vegas, though, for a bowl game? Oh, God. I just imagine the time that people are having there as Nebraska fans. Oh, my. You know what?
Do you have anything you'd want to
I'd
do?
say
for sure?
sign me up right now. Sincerely, all Nebraska fans.
Would you have any immediate plan, like right now?
Hit the strip.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I haven't been to Vegas since I was. I wasn't even drinking age. I think I was 20, possibly 21, 20. That's how long it's been. So Vegas has changed dramatically, I'm told, since the 80s.
Yeah, it has. As has everything really in life.
Not everything.
Everything's changed since the 80s.
Not
pretty much.
everything.
I think Lincoln has changed since the 80s.
My wardrobe hasn't changed.
Well,
since
that's the one.
80s.
Okay, you're the one thing that's still holding on strong to the 80s here. That's it.
My
That's
musical taste has not changed.
Just imagine that though.
Oh, I've imagined it.
You don't have to worry about some terrible layover somewhere
No.
or having troubles getting. Remember your flight to Indianapolis? That hellhole of a problem.
Yes, I do. I don't want to even think
Guess
about
what? You're going to go directly to Vegas and directly back. It could go to Lincoln.
And they're and we're saying they're playing in a dome too.
That's Allegiant Stadium is a dome.
And it's a gorgeous new dome.
Right. So you don't have to
Oh
you don't
my
have to
God.
suffer with the hot heat of Vegas. You can
No,
enjoy the outdoors,
right.
enjoy air conditioned, no wind in the dome. That's a dream. That's a dream for Nebraska fans.
What do you think the press box looks like?
I bet it's spectacular.
Right.
It's spectacular.
Right.
I have not been. I've only seen from the outside the stadium. It is beautiful. It's a beautiful. It looks like a Roomba vacuum cleaner.
Other bowl projections.
Bowl projections. Yeah. What's the top four that he had? That Murphy
so
has?
he has
before the last year before it expands to 12 teams next year.
He has the top four as Michigan against Florida State in the Rose Bowl. Okay, that's one semifinal. Okay, Michigan a 5.5 point favorite. How about the Seminoles? How about the Seminoles?
It's a pretty trendy pick right now.
Okay, and
Jordan Travis, quarterback.
And then it's interesting also in the other semi, he has Georgia against Washington. Georgia as a 6-point favorite. Washington. Kalen DeBoer.
Yep. How about that?
Well, they
From
are
Sioux
loaded
Falls,
up.
Sioux Falls native Kalen DeBoer.
So there's a lot of interesting projections. And by the way, he notes Brett McMurphy of the Action Network. His final bowl projections of 2022 finished. This is the final ones of 2022. Finished with a 95% accuracy rate. He had 78 of 82 teams in the correct bowl. Now that's pretty good.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
The man has good sources.
Yes.
Good sources.
Now, of interest, I was particularly interested in the Cotton Bowl, where he projects Texas Tech versus Alabama and establishes Alabama as only a 4-point favorite. Texas Tech. That's Coach McGuire. That's Garrett's.
Joey McGuire.
Yeah, that's Garrett's
Now,
father.
how far is that off of it making a playoff in the Cotton Bowl?
Well, I don't know. It's just off, probably. Alabama.
Does that mean Texas Tech's almost a playoff team?
Well, I mean, yeah. I've seen a lot of projections that say Texas Tech is like a 9-win, 10-win type team this year. Hello.
So he has them finishing higher than Texas then.
Yeah.
He has Texas Tech basically winning the Big 12.
Well, I would say there's some accuracy to that. Yes. Other interesting.
Let me say, I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised if Texas Tech won the Big 12 this year. That's my take there.
Let me look at the Big Ten teams. So obviously he has Michigan in a semifinal. He has Penn State in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl against LSU, just outside the national title. Clemson and Ohio State in the Orange Bowl. Okay. He has Wisconsin. Now, see, Wisconsin's people are on the Wisconsin train. They are. Fickle gets a lot of respect. Luke
got Cincinnati to a playoff.
Yeah,
they had what, 9 drafted players that year too, 9, including a top 5 pick in Sauce Gardner.
So Brett McMurphy of the Action Network has Tennessee versus Wisconsin in the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. The Cheez-It Citrus Bowl, and establishes Wisconsin as an 8-point favorite. Tennessee, I want you to know, has a terrible defense
and a new quarterback.
Yeah, I say
they're
terrible.
high in that quarterback.
I say terrible. I shouldn't say terrible. Suspect. Jimbo. This has
Jimbo.
Yeah, Jimbo. Brett McMurphy of the Action Network has Notre Dame and Texas A&M in the Relia Quest Bowl. Hello.
Sounds a little bit beneath both those schools, right? What they want to be.
Yeah. Relia
Quest.
Another
Josh, Notre Dame fan says, "What the hell is Relia Quest?"
Well, Josh, Tampa would be fun for you.
That would be fun.
In the Music City Bowl.
Not Vegas fun, but fun.
In the Music City Bowl, the last bowl in which Nebraska's participated, Brett McMurphy of the Action Network has Arkansas versus Illinois. Ho hum. Ho hum.
What would you rather be, Vegas or Nashville?
Well, I've done Nashville, and then you'd love it.
Listen, I love Nashville. Big fan.
It's
Big
not
fan of Nashville.
It's not a slam dunk either side.
It's much easier to get to Vegas for everybody than it is to get to Nashville.
Yeah, Vegas. I'm not pushing back on Vegas at all. Okay?
Hell yeah, we're going to Vegas.
But anyway, these bowl projections are fun. You asked about Texas. Alamo Bowl. He projects them to play USC.
Now, there are some people that think Texas could be a playoff team this
we
year.
will get to that. We will get to that.
We will get to that.
Yeah.
At 7:00.
Yeah. Texas is apparently loaded up. Cheez-It sponsors 2 bowls. It has its own bowl,
what?
too.
No.
Yeah, it's the Cheez-It Bowl.
No.
They also have the Cheez-It Bowl. They have
What was the first one?
Well, hold on. Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. Cheez-Its. Yeah, Cheez-Its. Cheez-Its.
Who the hell's eating all the Cheez-Its out there?
I mean,
do you know how expensive it is to have a bowl game?
I've done my
You
share.
sponsor it and you have your own actual Cheez-It Bowl game?
No. Cheez-It Bowl in Orlando matches North Carolina against Kansas State.
Of all the businesses in the world to have 2 bowl games, Cheez-Its.
I used to tell my colleagues that the best next to your computer at work scenario food-wise is Cheez-Its and Dr. Pepper.
That's just wrong. Isn't there residue from the Cheez-Its that gets on the computer?
No. Part of the beauty of Cheez-Its. This is amazing that you had broached that.
I don't like it. I don't like
you
Cheez-Its.
have fumbled badly with your ticks discussion, and now with your
not. No.
ticks.
No,
Cheez-Its,
I won the tick conversation.
Cheez-Its do not have residue. Cheetos have residue.
Text line.
Can I make myself clear? Cheetos have residue.
Absolutely.
Cheez-Its, 0 residue.
Josh, what do you think?
No color.
Josh says I'm right.
Josh.
They're
21 years
if anything, they're oily. Like
they're not oily.
Yeah, they are. Now listen, I'm
going to become incensed here in a second.
What else is new?
Jake, Cheez-Its.
Don't let the sound.
It's been a while.
John chimes. My friend John.
You still can.
All right, you're going to have to play that again, so keep it on standby. John Mabry, 0 residue from Cheez-Its.
Well,
Josh, I don't think you know what Cheez-Its are.
Cheez-Its have stupid orange squares that
they
taste
don't
terrible.
have any residue. I'm defending Cheez-Its to the hilt right now.
Oily.
They're not oily. There's no oil. In fact, they're dry.
Here, let's get some response here.
Why are you doing this?
Let's get some response before we get to break.
You purposely try to poke me, don't you?
No, I don't. Sometimes it's fun. Honestly, I thought that there's residue. Let's see.
No, there's no residue.
Let's see what the textures say. If anybody has a Cheez-It at their house right now, get it out and see if it gets residue.
There's no residue. It's like a bar of soap. I mean, there's no residue.
James and Lincoln, wrong. Cheez-Its have residue.
No, they don't, James.
Michael at Columbia says, have you had kids? Cheez-Its have residue. Sip is right from Matt. They are a clean snack.
Clean
you've got
snack.
2-1 here.
Clean, dry, no residue. Maybe a little salt.
Corey and Lincoln says, Cheez-Its are not residue free. Come on, Sip. He's on my side. That's rare. Corey's on my side. That's rare.
I mean, nothing's really residue.
Just take the L, Sip, says someone.
I'm not taking
Take
it.
the L.
No, I will not.
Brian in
take
Florida, Cheez-Its have residue.
John in Lincoln, 0 residue.
They have residue.
John in Lincoln, 0 residue. Sip in Lincoln, 0 residue.
Textures, not in Lincoln, and some in Lincoln, residue.
No, but not all of the textures. Cheez-Its, part of their very appeal
How about this one?
is their lack of residue.
Texas says, I'm fiercely digging in my pantry at 6:50 for the Cheez-Its to do the test.
Dude,
We need video of this.
Your hand in the bag. All right.
Are you getting
Stick
residue
your
with the
hand
Cheez-Its?
in that bag and don't worry because there's no residue.
Here's the problem, Sip, is that no matter what happens, if you think there is or not, there's enough people that think there is residue that it's still not the ultimate snack for typing. A Dr. Pepper and Cheez-Its has enough people that are not sold on the lack of residue with the Cheez-Its to say that's the number one snack.
They have as much residue as a common saltine.
Is that right?
Okay.
I'm bringing Cheez-Its. We're going to do a test tomorrow on the airwaves.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to bring saltines. I'm going to bring Cheez-Its.
Unpack a sleeve of saltines, put them in a bowl, stick your hand in it, pull it out, maybe a little salt. Do the same. You'll get the same effect with Cheez-Its.
Tomorrow we're doing a test. And Bill's going to say, what the hell is going on here? Bill's going to be very confused when he's back. We're
doing a test.
It's important for the sake of this argument to know about residue.
Okay. I'll buy the Cheez-Its. Okay. Buy the saltines.
I'll buy both because you're going to forget the Cheez-Its.
I'll bring the bowls.
No, I'll bring the bowls too. I'll take care of it.
All right.
When we come back, Song of the Day and Bugaboo Tuesday.
Oh, boy.
Sips Tips.
Okay.
Next on Early Break on the Ticket.
You're listening to Jake Soren's 337 The Ticket and GetFM.com.
Nebraska's favorite vape shop.
Generation V.
Providing friendly, personalized service and the largest selection of vaporizers and e-liquid flavors in the state.
Generation V.
Generation V will beat or match any local competitor's price. With a huge selection, great service, and the lowest prices, Generation V is your one-stop shop for all your vaping needs.
Generation V.
With 4 Lincoln locations, visit us on the web at generationv.com. E-cigs contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in May. Try their pesto cream cheese on any breakfast sandwich. And try the Karma Latte, as 10% of proceeds from that drink will go to the Teammates Mentoring Program. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe. Attention Lincoln. Looking for an effective way to reach the fitness goals you haven't been able to accomplish on your own? Body Fit Training science-based programming is led by multiple highly accredited coaches who will help you get the results you're capable of. Their group of strength training classes are designed to help you build muscle, burn fat, and improve your overall fitness level. At BFT Lincoln, you'll train like an athlete and be surrounded by motivated and like-minded individuals. For May only, get 1 week of classes for just $7 by visiting bodyfittraining.com. Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
There's never been a better time to earn more on your checking account. Open a free Kasasa cash checking account with Liberty First Credit Union and earn up to 5.5% APY for up to $40,000. It's simple. Open your Kasasa cash checking account online or stop into any of the 4 Lincoln locations or Seward and Omaha branches. Liberty First makes switching easy, and Kasasa checking is always free. See libertyfirstcu.com for details. Federally insured by NCUA. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose.
Springtime is here, and it's time to get to work on outdoor projects. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams, from treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and TimberTech composite decking. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671. Go online at deckcityne.com or visit their new location just north of 33rd and Cornhusker Highway.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and we are celebrating a record sales month in April, and we're going to let it roll and crank up in the month of May. We have some big discounts and special interest rates going on this month on selected new in-stock Sierras and Silverados. Buy a new Silverado or Sierra, get $3,000 off or 1.9% interest. You heard right, $3,000 off or 1.9% interest. We have outstanding specials on all of our new and pre-owned GM certified units. So stop on in and see us or check us out online at couplecars.com. You'll be glad you did. New discount must trade in and finance with the roof credit.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
This is former Husker and NBA veteran Eric Strickland. Some kids wish for a family dog, others wish for a family. Last month, over 100 kids needed a foster family and home. A gift to Cedars makes an immediate impact on Lincoln's kids. And on Give to Lincoln Day on Wednesday, May 24th, your gift goes even further. Go to givetolincoln.com and make your gift to Cedars and support Lincoln's kids today.
If you're interested in installing solar panels in Nebraska, there's a name you need to know. Solar by Alpine Electric is based out of Lincoln, and you can be sure your project will be handled with care and detail because Rick, the owner of Solar by Alpine Electric, will be involved in the entire process from start to finish. We're an REC Solar Certified Pro installer and handle jobs in Lincoln and the surrounding area. Let us show you real-time results in your area. Call Rick today at 402-440-4371. Solar by Alpine Electric.
You love to bash it. Sports takes.
Now, will you feel like an idiot if you're
No,
a big tough?
never feel like an
If
idiot.
you're a big tough guy this morning,
But you really devote your music.
he stumbled an issue that I did not expect this much passion and discussion.
It's time for Jake's questionable song of the day on Early Break on 93.
Once again, your song of the day, Ride in the Storm Out by REO Speedwagon. 464-56851 is bad. 10 is rating on the Simon Jewelers song of the day. So, quick story on that.
Okay, I'm wondering about this.
Because I was surprised about this too.
What?
That is the original version from 1973.
Okay.
You know another version by it was in 1981.
It was juiced up.
They redid it.
It was juiced
in
up.
81. That was the 73 version though when the song originally came out.
Okay, I was wondering because immediately I thought, okay, that's not.
It was a knockoff band. I said, no, this is the first one.
But it was still really good. I mean, it's really good. Then they juiced it up, right?
They did.
They electrified it.
They did. They had a little bit of electrifying there.
But that was really good. That song, the energy's fascinating in that song to me. Listen to the energy. When they start singing that Ride in the Storm Out part, the energy picks up. That's a beautiful song. You're officially on a heater because yesterday you played the Animals, House of the Rising Sun, which is a haunting, gorgeous song. That is a staple of the 80s, staple.
And 70s.
I'd say 70s too, I guess, but I'm going to say mostly 80s. Song comes on every time it hits you right whenever it comes on. 9.5.
Whoa!
I know. I
Whoa.
got to do it. It's just it's an amazing song.
Josh, 9.5.
Riding the Storm Out.
It's a great song.
Might be. I mean, let's put it this way: it's arguably REO's best song. REO's a high grade.
There's a lot to go off.
Well, I know, and if that's their best, it's got to be in the 9s. It's got to be well into the 9s.
That's fair,
right? So there you go. What are you hearing from the people?
Let me get to let me do a legal ID real quick. Then we get to text line. Hang on 1 second.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, from the text line, some ratings on Riding the Storm Out by REO Speedwagon. We got John, Classic, 8.10. Notorious B.I.B., 7.5. Harper, 8. And See You Next Fall. Harper's dad, 7. Last day of school today.
Wait a second, Harper.
We won't see Harper
Come
in the
on, Harper.
summertime. She sleeps in the
Because
summertime.
she's sleeping in.
Sleeping in.
Harper, you can do the podcast thing.
We'll miss you, Harper.
Harper, any day of the year, you can hit the podcast at any time.
Or wake up for song of the day, go back to sleep, It's fine.
Seems like a
Come
lot
on,
to ask.
wake up. It's talking today.
It's a lot to ask for me to do it, and I'm getting paid. All right, go ahead.
Okay, Leroy says 7.3, kind of a cool version of that song. Well, it's the
I
original.
thought-
It's
yeah.
the original version.
Don't like it as much as the pop version.
It's rare for you to like an 80s song more than a 70s song.
Yeah. But I like the juiced up version better.
6.1 from Houston, 9.2 from Reality, 7.6 from East Lincoln West. The OG CJ, 6.593. Very scientific there.
Yeah. I like that.
Dax says, fabulous, 11, but I am 60 years old.
Oh, that's all right.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how
Do
old
not
you are, right?
apologize for being 60.
Everett, 6.4. Bird in Columbus for Bill, 3.
Can you do that one more time?
Bird.
That was good. I think Bill would be proud of you. Right
Downtown Scott, we met at the Chamber of Commerce event.
Downtown Scott, the big man with the beard.
Big man, 7.6 from Downtown Scott.
Downtown Scott, wouldn't you agree, is just one of those guys who is like you can see right away he's affable.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
just right away.
Yep. Scooter and Roku, by the way, getting close to fireworks season. He has a fireworks stand down there.
Was it getting close?
Yeah, it's getting it's May 16th.
Yep.
We're getting close to fireworks season, about a month away. Yep. He gives it a 9.875.
Wow. Bam.
10, 9.6 from Bolt. Ryan J at 9.1. And
high
thank
scores.
you for all the scores today. All right, it is time for Bill's Thrills, a.k.a. Sips Tips. When Bill's gone, here we go.
Some call him the most interesting man in the world.
Set up the mushroom.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Does
We
it
need
an
it.
answer? Drove better with thunder and
Coach. But to everyone else, he's Bill.
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. You see, I sent you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break. Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors.
Once again, Bill is back tomorrow. Have football facts on Wednesday, so Sip, the floor is yours for Bugaboo Tuesday. What do you got? What's on your mind?
Well, Bill
For
always
Sips
has a
Tips.
headline, right?
He does.
Bill always has a headline.
Which you love. He writes it down in the back of the rundown.
Yeah, I was driving to the show today, and I thought, okay, I got to have a headline. I knew we're calling it Sips Tips.
Sips
it's
Tips.
a bugaboo.
Yep.
And it's frankly something that's on my mind a lot.
Okay.
The headline is Wildlife Infiltration into the City Continues. I almost am to the point of obsession with this element of the world. And it's not just Lincoln, but you see an influx of fox, coyotes, bobcats. These are
There's
all
bobcats in Lincoln?
Yes. I was telling you about my neighbor, my dear neighbor. I'm not going to use his name to protect, in case he doesn't want to be associated with me in any way.
Would you blame him?
No. But he has, we're one of our houses in the Hartley neighborhood. He has cameras that face an alley, and he says he routinely sees bobcat. Yes, routinely. Bobcat walked out. He walked out the other day. This is
In
right over
Lincoln?
by Wyuka. Yeah, it's right over.
Bobcats.
Yes,
Like
in the
mountain
middle
lion.
of town. Yeah, I'm educating you right now. the middle of town. Pretty much the dead middle of town. You know where the house is.
I know where it's at. Yeah.
Okay. Right by Wyuka. He said walked out to his backyard the other day, heard a growl, looked up in his tree, and there was a bobcat.
In the tree.
In the tree. Yeah. Bobcat. Scary. Scary when you got a little dog like we do. Bullet. Now, the headline in the Lincoln Journal-Star was not about bobcats. Bobcats are scary enough. This headline is now. This is not pleasant stuff. Okay, I'm not. I mean, Bill's is usually pleasant, funny. This is stuff terrifies me because of Bullet. You know how much I love Bullet.
Bullet's a great dog.
Right.
We love Bullet.
So this headline caught my attention on Sunday. Coyote kills small dog. Lincoln Animal Control offers tips for increased coyote activity. Oh, great. And we're not talking about coyotes on the edge of town. We're talking coyotes in the town, in the area where I'm at.
I know.
Sitting on the front lawn of my neighbor's house with kids around.
It's not good. It's not good.
My accountant, God bless him, Tom, lives over in the Lincoln East area. It says coyotes are routine. Just routine.
See, that's my area. I've never seen one.
Well, be careful, please. This is the first paragraph of this story in the Lincoln Journal-Star. A coyote grabbed a small dog from the backyard of an East Lincoln home when the dog's owner was bringing her two dogs in from the backyard. The woman had the dogs on a tether and leash, but had apparently unhooked one of the dogs as she was taking them inside. This is routine. Happens with Bullet all the time. The dog heard something in the bushes, ran to investigate, and the coyote grabbed the 7-pound Corky mix. The next morning, they found the dog dead.
Oh.
Now, Jake, this is nothing funny about
I wasn't laughing. I was not laughing. I said, "Oh, like that's terrible."
I know. You
Josh,
weren't laughing.
Josh, I'm not a bad person. I didn't laugh.
No, you weren't
I didn't
laughing.
laugh.
I will. I know you weren't laughing. You weren't laughing.
I wasn't laughing.
No, you weren't laughing. Here's the deal. You know me. I have some quirks, and one of them, when I'm uncomfortable, I laugh.
We've seen that before on the show.
It's a horrible thing I've developed. Like I laugh during very uncomfortable moments that where there shouldn't be laughter. Anyway, this is you know where my house is.
I do.
Coyotes, bobcats, and I'm not even concerned about fox anymore. Fox, I don't care about. Fox, and I'm convinced that chickens did not get killed by a fox. They got killed by a bobcat.
Ooh.
I don't think the fox
Not
got
a
the
coyote
chickens.
either?
I think it was a bobcat because I haven't seen coyotes lately. Now, neighbor on his camera has, but I haven't. I think a bobcat got the chickens because a coyote doesn't massacre multiple chickens. Or, excuse me, a fox probably can't massacre multiple chickens. I think it was a bobcat.
You think he's in your tree?
I think it just hopped the fence.
Look up. When you get home, look up in the tree, see if there's a bobcat.
Well, typically not going to be. Yes, I have been looking up.
Just look up and see.
I have been looking
Make
up.
sure. Please make sure for the sake of Bullet that there's no bobcats in your tree.
Yeah.
Can you do that for me?
I'm not fear. Does that feel like fear mongering a little bit?
A little bit, but it's important to be aware of this stuff.
Yeah, I'm doing this as a public service.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's Sips Tips, aka Bill's Thrills, sponsored by Mid Plains Advisors, Dirk Scott and Tire Contacts for all your financial needs. Top of the hour next on Early Break in the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Bush on 97 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Look at the way to reach the fitness goals. You've been able to highly accredited coaches who will help you get the results capable of. Their group of strength training classes are designed to help you build muscle, burn fat, and improve your overall fitness level. At BFT Lincoln, you'll train like an athlete and be surrounded by motivated and like-minded individuals. For May only, get 1 week of classes for just $7 by visiting bodyfittraining.com. Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
I call to order this monthly meeting of the Trucks and Bucks Fan Club. Now, let's start with old business. Does everyone know that Trucks and Bucks is back and you could win one of 8 beautiful 2023 trucks? On to new business. Shall we all go buy some tickets? Meeting adjourned.
Trucks and bucks from the Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds winning $336,000.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska Lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
This is Brian at Midwest Bank, and we've been proudly serving clients in the Lincoln community since 2008, and we're excited to open a second location in January 2024 at 70th and Pioneers Boulevard. Our new branch will provide all the convenient services you're looking for in a bank, along with the friendly staff we're known for. Whether you're starting a business or expanding your business, our team is here for you, your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com, member FDIC.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dane has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. He can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batsterats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
It's May, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride. Summer road trips are just around the corner. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit OakStreetCarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
Oak Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Wake up, Lincoln.
I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow.
It's time for Early Break, sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 at Tickets, Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a feral cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Bush.
You get one team. Mine's the Houston Oilers. I'm not the Texans, and I'm Titans. So I'm out.
Early Break.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Tuesday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, early break. Fun show so far. You get the podcast at theticketfm.com. Hour 2 sponsored by Midwest Bank, member FDIC, locations in Lincoln at 27th and Jamie Lane, and soon by the end of the year at 70th and Pioneers. Bill Bush again back tomorrow. You can always call or text us at 402-464-5685. Watch and comment on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and Allo. Channel 951. Received a text during the break from our good friend Andrew Newton of Newton's Lawn Care.
Andrew.
Who sponsors Idle Chit Chat, of course.
God bless him for doing that.
And, you know, you were talking about coyotes the last segment and different in bobcats
and fox.
I've been telling my wife for a long time. I said, there's no coyotes in this area. She said, yes, there are.
Did your wife say yes, there are?
Yes.
Okay.
Andrew of Newton's Lawn Care sent me a video. I showed it to you from Trendwood Park, which is right by my house in that area, of a coyote just walking by on the little baseball field there.
Yep. They're common over there.
They're common, and I've never seen one. I walk through that park all the time.
Yeah, you're just not
all
noticing.
the time. And this was middle of the day. That was bright.
Right.
You saw.
Yeah, I told you my accountant lives over in that area, over by you. And I thought I guess I didn't tell you. He was remarking about how common coyotes are in his neighborhood. And it was, now, listen, I know people listening right now are thinking, Sipple, you sound a little obsessed. And I am for sure. Obsessed. I am.
You have every right to
the
be.
topic freaks me out. The infiltration of wildlife into the city. I never knew it could happen like this. And I don't think in my childhood that I saw as many foxes as I do now. Driving home yesterday from our show, trotting across Vine Street in broad daylight was a mangy little fox.
That's the problem. If it's mangy, that means it's
it doesn't mean anything.
Rabbit there. Listen, no.
I don't
this
know
is,
if it
this
means
is serious.
for sure if it was
Well,
rabbit.
okay, if you see a raccoon in the middle of the day and it's
That's
mangy, that's a big problem.
Red flag.
Red flag. That's
Red
a
flag.
problem.
Red flag city.
There's a problem there.
You know what you never see in our neighborhood anymore, Jake?
What?
Possum, raccoon, rabbits. You know why?
They're eaten.
Because they're getting eaten by something.
Would you rather have those than the
What do you think?
You'd rather have a possum?
I'd rather have possum, raccoon, and for sure rabbits. I went through a stage where I never saw bunny rabbits.
Dave Dipple's in the house.
Dave Dipple's
dropping off gifts.
One second, Dave.
Dropping off gifts.
Okay. God bless him. What are the people saying?
Well, Jennifer from Novotny Nutrition and Wellness and hubby, she says, thank you for talking about this. It's important. She says, it's important to know about this right now. It's a deal. It's a problem.
It is. I believe that. And I just want to emphasize to you and people, and you know this, that the house we're talking about is in the middle of town. And I'm worried about a bobcat because my neighbor sees it on his camera and walked out and it was in his tree. Coyotes, listen, Bill's going to get mad because he sent a text that says this is not uplifting.
Yeah, but by the way, keep it there. Hang on. Dalton in Omaha says this. He says, Bill's Thrills is raisins and cookies are gross. Sips, tips, all cap. They are coming for your animals. Yeah, very uplifting or funny for Bill. And
I don't think it's uplifting.
It's a real bugaboo, though.
Yeah, that's exactly what a bugaboo is. And my bugaboo thing, I think about, I'm not bothered by a lot of things. Like I'm just not. Nah. I know you're going to say, yes, you are. No, I'm not. At my core, I'm just not. Like, things don't bother me that much. So I don't have a lot of bugaboos, but this is a bugaboo to me.
I wonder if Bill feels the same about me with the tick situation or not.
Well,
Bill, you can text in the chat or the text line or me.
Feels as Brent feels, our friend Brent, who said this. Brent, I'm driving through. He sent this text. God, we got more gifts. I'm driving through Lincoln this morning from Albuquerque, and I hear City Boy Jake say ticks can't live in the city.
I don't. No, I didn't say they can't. I said they don't. I never said they can't. I said they do not live in the city. The words "they can't" was not uttered. Were not uttered. They don't. live in the city.
That's untrue, though. That Jake, don't say
They
that.
can.
Don't say that.
They can
'Cause you're
live in
misleading.
the city.
Yes, they can.
They don't, though.
They can't. Now, Bill just chimed in. We got to get some football here pretty quick. Bill just chimed in. 2 mountain lions at 33rd and Vine yesterday. That's not true. That's not true.
Come on, Bill.
Bill,
don't lie to the people.
That's a school zone, and there's no mountain lions. All right? There's no mountain lions at 33rd and Vine. Bullet would
not be doing well if there were.
All right. Should we get to football?
Yeah, let's do that. We'll talk to Rob Washington here in a couple minutes. To some basketball and more. We're on for the animals and the Ticks. We're on to football now. 464-5685. Call or text as always from 24/7 Sports. Brad Crawford wrote about college football's 10 most dangerous teams to watch in 2023. And here are your 10. Number 10.
These are now. Hold on. Preface it a little bit.
Okay.
The dangerous moniker is subjective. These are programs which have never made the college football playoff, okay? But have rosters capable of getting there, according to this man.
Brad Crawford.
Yes.
Okay. Number 10 is Tulane, which makes sense. They beat USC in the Cotton Bowl last year.
You know what they have?
A quarterback.
A returning quarterback with talent and an excellent defense.
His name, Michael Pratt. The head coach still Willie Fritz.
Right.
Yep.
Quarterback, coach, defense. If you're very good in those areas, you have a shot.
They did lose a really good running back in Tyjae Spears, who was awesome in that bowl game.
And they brought in a transfer.
Yep.
Oh, and no, I don't know about that.
Number 9.
I don't think they did, by the way. I was
I don't see that transfer.
Right. I was confusing them with somebody else.
Okay.
UCLA.
Well, they lost Tyjae Spears. Number 9, UCLA. Of course, they lost the quarterback and running back, Dorian Thompson-Robinson and Zach Charbonnet, both on to the NFL.
But they got a 5-star quarterback.
Dante Moore and Ball State transfer Carson Steele had 1,500 yards in the ground last season.
Who's 8, Jake?
Number 8, Texas A&M Aggies, coached by Jimba, a.k.a. Jimbo Fisher.
Yes, sir.
Why are they dangerous? Well, they have talent on the roster. They added Bobby Petrino, which I think could cause problems more than it could be great
because
for
why?
them. It's the guy that's a head coach who's not a head coach now. He's got a head coach persona.
Okay.
It's his way or the highway,
All right,
possibly.
That's fair. That's fair.
Am I wrong on that?
No, that's fair.
He was in the NFL. He was a
fair.
head coach in the NFL at one point.
Jimbo's a strong leader, so he can make that work.
Number 7, above Jimba, Kansas State Wildcats with Chris Kleiman at the helm with his contract extension and everything.
Here's the deal with Kansas State, though. Did you read this?
I did.
Now look at what Crawford writes. The biggest worry for the Wildcats is that they are one of only 4 Big 12 teams facing back-to-back road games and actually play 3 over a 5-week stretch, including Texas and Texas Tech. Good night. Kansas State loses at least 2. They are not going to be a college football playoff contender. Come on. They got to go to Texas and Texas Tech. LL. Out. Sorry.
Texas
LL
chokes a lot. They could choke.
LL.
Well, I'm not going to say they're going to lose both those games.
LL Cool J. Oh,
LL Bean. Isn't that one too? Isn't that one too? LL Bean, right? That's real. I think that's real.
6.
South Carolina Gamecocks. Shane Beamer, the head coach there, of course. Spencer Rattler is back once again. He's been in college for a long time.
Got a lot of questions up front on both sides, and that's usually not a great formula.
And they lost their offensive coordinator to Nebraska, Marcus Satterfield.
Questions up front, not a great formula in the SEC. Tennessee,
number 5. Of course, they were number 12 in the post-spring top 25, so not really it's not a surprise.
I don't know. Frankly, don't like the pick because their defense is suspect.
Oh, they lost some studs. They lost Hendon Hooker. They lost Jalen Hyatt, who was a problem against Alabama.
And Cedric Tillman.
And Tillman, yep. A lot of losses there. Number 4, Wisconsin.
How about that? Fickle's getting a lot of love right now. A lot. Really?
Now, Tanner Mordecai was good at SMU. He's the quarterback. He had a rough spring. By all accounts, he had a rough spring. A rough spring game.
Yeah, according to Bill, he had a rough spring game.
Rough spring game. So we'll see how good the receivers are off the bat. And they still have Braylon Allen and Ches Malusi.
Three's a big one.
Number 3 is Penn State. Penn State, of course, quietly had 11 wins last year and won the Rose Bowl. They blew out Utah in the Rose Bowl.
You will tire me. You will tire of me this summer continuing to say Penn State's a national title contender, legitimate, a high-end national title contender. You'll get tired of it.
There's probably a good chance, a decent chance, Sip, that Ohio State finishes 3rd in that East. Decent right?
chance.
Michigan and Penn State could be better teams than them.
Could be. As Crawford notes, there's pressure on Drew Aller, who's replacing Sean Clifford.
That's not a tough job.
I know. Clifford, though, was there for 17 years.
He was, I think, 18 actually.
There's pressure on sophomore Drew Aller to perform as a first-year starter. But this is a 5-star, and I saw him last year. Big kid with a gun. I mean, he's got a downfield throws will be no problem.
Number 2, USC in terms of most dangerous teams. They're number 7 in the post-spring top 25 rankings for 24/7 Sports. Again, they got Bear Alexander from Georgia. Dorian Singer, the Arizona wideout. They still have Caleb Williams, the Heisman Trophy winner, back there.
They'll be tough.
Number 1, Texas Longhorns. Quinn Ewers, the guy leading the charge there for Texas. No Bijan Robinson. That's a big loss for that offense.
These are the 10 most dangerous teams to watch in 2023 that have never. These teams have never made the college football playoff, but they're dubbed dangerous, and I think I agree with most of them. On our rundown yesterday.
Well, can I explain this?
No, I want to read what you wrote. And there was a lot of confusion in my kitchen last night, Jake.
That you called me about it?
Yes.
I'll explain this after you read it.
Did you ever think you'd see? This is what you wrote. And this is fine. I make mistakes all the time.
I'll explain it after this.
It just caused a lot of confusion. Did you ever think you'd see Kansas as one of the most dangerous teams in an upcoming football season? You know what my initial response was? No, and I don't think they're that dangerous.
Well, can I give you a reason why you should not overlook Kansas this year?
All right, go ahead.
Number 1, they were not on the top 10 list. They were seen as just outside of it. Just outside. That's my fault. My mistake.
I was scouring.
There are some people that thought they should have been in the top 10.
I don't know about
dangerous teams.
See, I don't think so.
You want to know some facts about Kansas real quick?
Go ahead.
Our boy Lance Leipold
I love Lance.
is there. Bowl game after in the second season, 3-9 first season. Again, I was at the Oklahoma game. They almost won that first season. I was there
2 years ago. Yes,
2 years ago.
Yeah,
they should have won that game. They got screwed. And they should have won.
They looked pretty good that day.
Kansas, 6-win team last year, returns 85% of their 2022 production. Sip, that is second most of any team in the country. 91% of their offense returns, including quarterback Jalen Daniels.
Okay.
And now they believe they can win.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They believe they can do it.
Well,
they're not little old Kansas that can 2 wins, nice season. They expect to be good now.
I think putting him on a list of the 10 most dangerous teams to watch is a little aggressive.
I think they could be 11th.
It's a little aggressive.
Top 15.
It's a little.
So they weren't on the official list. Someone thought they should be. That's why I took as that's my fault.
I was scouring these lists, thinking I don't see Kansas anywhere. Where's Jake coming up?
Kansas State's there, but where's Kansas at?
This is a mistake.
It was a mistake, but I think they could be on again.
I'm not pointing out
85%. 85% of their team is back. 91% of their offense returns, and they could score points last year. They put up points.
I know. And I brought it up because of what our conversation entailed last night, which was you saying, well, you know what, they could be on the list. So there you go. It's fascinating that some of these teams have never made the playoff. USC's never made it. They've never made it.
That is hard to believe, but I think that's correct. They have.
No, they haven't.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I guess I'm not.
It's been around since 2014, right? 14,
right?
And they never made it.
Penn State's never made it.
No,
that's
not as surprising.
Yeah. Since 2014, Jake, only 14 different programs have reached the Final Four. There's only 14. that have reached the Final Four. None of these teams that we just mentioned have. There's 5 that have made the trip 3 or more times. Name them. There's 5 that have made the trip 3 or more times.
Alabama.
Thank you.
Georgia.
Yes.
Ohio State.
Yes. You got 3 of the 5. The other ones are pretty easy, actually, too.
Clemson.
Bam. 4 of the 5. You can get the next one.
You can get the next one. Oregon is.
Nope. Georgia.
Yeah.
Alabama. Clemson. Ohio State. You've correctly identified. One more.
Oklahoma?
Yes. You nailed it. Good job. I don't know if I would have been able to do that. I think I would have been.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Much.
Before we get to break, hey, I told you, Sip. I told you the last few weeks I have a chair coming in.
Oh, God.
I was informed the other day the chair is here. It's going to get delivered here shortly, and you guys will see this chair. It's a leather chair, reclining chair. Oh, I'm going to show it to you. I'll show a picture of it of me in the chair, in the beautiful chair at my house. Barnwood and Leather will hook you up. You want American-made stuff, like all of it, the entire store. Sip, you want? It's a massive place. The entire place, everything in the store is American-made.
Oh, God.
I'm talking dining room tables. I'm talking leather couches, leather chairs. Not non-leather chairs too. It's all American made. Signs you can put up in the garage or the barn or in the house.
Oh, really?
It's a wonderful place. Brenda and Mike and Lawrence at Barnwood and Leather, 14th and Yankee Hill. It's the best place to go to furnish your house. Brenda, Mike, and Lawrence.
Okay.
Check it out. Barnwoodandleather.com. They can deliver anywhere. So if you're listening from Scotts Bluff, they'll go out there.
You're awaiting the chair.
The chair's going to get delivered here shortly.
Okay. You're awaiting.
Sometime this week or early next week. But they'll deliver it to you. If you want something, come by for, if you're coming in town, check out Barnwood Leather. If you can't take it home with you, they'll deliver it to you. That's the best thing about it. They can check online for more of the stuff at barnwoodandleather.com. But I'm telling you, you got to check this place out. It is full of awesome stuff, and it just smells great in there. It's the smell.
And that smell will it'll be, what's the word I'm looking for? It'll be transported into your home.
That's right.
Your home will smell better. Not that it smells bad.
mention the ticket. You'll get $20 off any purchase there. Barnwood and Leather, 14th and Yankee Hill. Stop by. Just walk in the place. You'll be like, yep, I get it. I get it.
I'll try to get down that way. Hopefully there's no coyotes walking around.
I don't think there are down there. It'll be fine. When we come back, Robin Washut, Husker Online, next on Early Break on the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Bush on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
No gap.
Generation V.
Providing friendly, personalized service and the largest selection of vaporizers and e-liquid flavors in the state.
Generation V.
Generation V will beat or match any local competitor's price. With a huge selection, great service, and the lowest prices, Generation V is your one-stop shop for all your vaping needs.
Generation V.
With 4 Lincoln locations, visit us on the web at generationv.com. E-cigs contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere sprayer from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Leverage the industry's latest technology with See & Spray to target weeds in season, in corn and soybeans, and use less herbicide per acre. Utilize Exact Apply to save in chemical usage and prevent over-application. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details and experience the Landmark difference.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $20 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit Constructors Lincoln. Attention Lincoln. An effective way to reach the fitness goals you haven't been able to accomplish on your own. Body Fit Training science-based programming is led by multiple highly accredited who will help you get the results you're capable of. Their group of strength training classes are designed to help you build muscle, burn fat, and improve your overall fitness level. At BFT Lincoln, you'll train like an athlete and be surrounded by motivated and like-minded individuals. For May only, get 1 week of classes for just $7 by visiting bodyfittraining.com. You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 6 a.m. to 6 to Friday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Saturdays. Go to gscape.com for more info or 02-467-627. Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
I call to order this monthly meeting of the Trucks and Bucks Fan Club. Now, let's start with old business. Does everyone know that Trucks and Bucks is back and you could win one of 8 beautiful 2023 trucks? On to new business. Shall we all go buy some tickets? Meeting adjourned.
$10 from the Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds winning $336,000.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska Lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dane has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. He can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batstoRats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
It's May, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride. Summer road trips are just around the corner. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
We're on the air.
Back.
Well, talk starting early today, isn't it?
Early break with Sippin' on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Quick reminder, next Wednesday, May 24th, this show and all of our shows on The Ticket will be at Cedars, 68th and Pioneers for Give to Lincoln Day.
Whoa. Okay, Cedars.
Right. Cedars. Give. It's a big day. We're trying to raise funds for all these good projects in Lincoln.
Okay.
They're trying to build a new building at Cedars. It's very important.
We'll be there.
Give to Lincoln Day next Wednesday, 6 a.m. This show will be on location all the way till 6 p.m. for all of our shows. At
Wednesday.
Cedars, 68th and Pioneers. Stop on by and commit to the cause.
Thank you, Jake.
We're joined now by Husker Online's Robin Washut. Robin, good morning. Before we get to any basketball, very important question for you. We had an argument on the show earlier. You have young kids, Robin, and I need to ask you one question. Do Cheez-Its have residue? Yes or no?
No.
a slight residue. It's not the level of a Cheeto, but it's more than like a goldfish cracker. So it's somewhere in between there.
Because here's the deal, Robin. Sip was saying that the ultimate writing snack is a Dr. Pepper and Cheez-Its. I said, you're not typing on your computer with Cheez-Its.
Yes, you are.
I said, there's residue. There's oil and there's residue.
Not oil.
It's a
and
horrible
residue.
thing to type with.
Robin actually is being very down the line, which I appreciate. He didn't really take a firm stance.
He did say there was some residue, though. He said there was some.
He said there's Robin. I would say the Cheez-It residue is very comparable to the goldfish.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, I would.
I
would.
agree with you there, because there's more to it. Like you're going to get at least some level of film on your keys if you're Cheez-Iting and typing at the same time.
Absolutely. That's
You
why
are out of your mind.
No, Robin is on. Robin is properly in his mind, and he's correct in this one. It's a terrible snack for you to type with.
Stick your hand in a bag of Cheez-Its, pull it out, and it will be like you.
No, it'll be full of residue.
No, it will not be full of anything.
All right, Robin, you know the deal. Just give us a text or shoot us a tweet when you figure this
You
out.
need to stick your head in a bag of Cheez-Its.
I will do so.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna play out this experiment here today.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, we need to see the answer here. We're
Okay, Robin's been writing a lot.
He
okay?
has been. Now there is Nebraska's not done with recruiting yet for basketball.
No, they're not.
We've learned this week, Robin, thanks to your research or all your intel about 2023 Finland forward Emili Yalaho. I think that's how you say it. What's the scoop on him? How'd they find him, and who is Nebraska going against for him?
Yeah, so he's an interesting player in that Nebraska recently offered within the last couple weeks to a month. He's, like you said, from Finland, and he just moved to the United States, I believe, last last summer or something like that. So he's relatively new to the United States, and he enrolled at Western Reserve Academy out in Hudson, Ohio, and coincidentally, that's the same school that former Husker Oleg Koyanev used to play at. So there's a connection there with Nebraska's staff and that school. So maybe that helped him get on the radar. But he's a 6'8", 230-pound 2023 kid, so an unsigned senior that within the last month or so has blown up. He's got multiple high major offers that have all come over the last month or so, and so he's kind of one of those late blooming spring prospects. And Nebraska offered and was quickly able to schedule an official visit. I think that was his second official visit. I think North Texas was the only school he had to. So they got him on campus this weekend, kind of out of the blue, and from all accounts, it went well. I was able to at least DM him a little bit, and he said he really liked the staff and enjoyed the visit. Well, that's all in good. Well, the next day he's heading down to Lubbock, Texas, to take an official visit to Texas Tech.
Oh boy,
I think things went just as well there. So that's where things stand right there. Those are the two schools he's visited. I did ask him how close he was going to be to making a decision. He said he didn't have a date, but it would probably have to make a decision relatively soon. I do believe the spring signing period for high school kids expires or comes to a close sometime this month. Can't remember the date offhand exactly. So he is up against the clock a little bit. So I would imagine a decision would come relatively soon. And right now, it would appear to be a two-horse race between Nebraska and Texas Tech. Maybe Texas Tech is a bit of a slight favorite just because of where they are as a program and the fact that they got that second visit. But we'll see. We should know pretty soon.
Hard shift to football, Robin. Hard shift. At Husker Online, we are doing now these opponent previews, which are excellent. And you did yours on Minnesota, which of course is the first one because Nebraska opens at Minnesota. You caught up with Andy Greeter of the St. Paul Pioneer Press, and he told you that he feels like the win-loss expectation for the Minnesota Gophers should probably be 7.5 wins, 7 or 7.5 wins. Why? Why are the expectations that limited in Gopher land?
Well, for one, they're replacing some pretty good players. Tanner Morgan, Muhammad Ibrahim. Those two to start off. And then they lose up 3 starters on the interior offensive line, including John Michael Schmidt, who is now part of the New York Football Giants.
Oh, he is. Okay.
Yes, second round pick.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's a big part of it. They just lost a lot of star power. And the good news for them is they bring back that Ethan Kaliamakis, who did start when Tanner Morgan was out for several games last season, and they're confident in him, but there's just a lot of unknowns. But I think the bigger part that's kind of capping the outlook for next season, at least in Andy's mind, is that their schedule. They have to go to North Carolina, and because of their Big Ten scheduling, they get Ohio State and Michigan, and their other East crossover game is Michigan State. So they've got a pretty brutal grind just from a schedule standpoint, and a lot of questions to answer on the offensive side of the ball. But as far as the Big Ten West is concerned, they're one of the most established programs in the division, just in terms of the continuity under PJ Fleck. So I think that's kind of why they're hovering right now in that 7 to 8 range, and are probably going to be right up there with Iowa as maybe one of the early West favorites going into the season right now. But they still have some work to do to answer some of those questions.
Talking about Robin Washut. Robin, yesterday, Dylan Raiola commits to Georgia over Nebraska, USC, Oregon. My question is this: Do you ever believe there was a time where Nebraska was seen as the favorite to get him, or is it Nebraska fans being hysterical about this?
I'm not nearly as dialed into how that whole process went out. I was just kind of following along with Brian and Sean and Sip's coverage. But I do think there was at least a point where they were very much not just a viable option, but a top contender there. And I think a lot of that obviously has to do with his connections. But when it came down to it, when you're getting recruited by Georgia, and schools of that level, that's pretty difficult to ignore. And despite all the personal connections and opportunities that he would have had at Nebraska, going to Georgia, you're immediately going to compete for a national championship, and you're immediately going to compete to be a high draft pick. So that's just something that a program like that can offer and can say, whereas Nebraska is just hoping to get to that point right now. So I do think that they had a very legitimate chance, just kind of reading the tea leaves. But when it came down to it, the rubber hit the road. I think that Nebraska was always going to be kind of a on the outside looking in compared to some of those other options.
Robin, always good stuff. Thanks for the time. We will chat with you again next week.
Sounds good, guys. See you later.
Husker Online's Robin Washut,
Minnesota,
7-7 wins.
Yes, that is a wicked crossover slate. Ohio State, Michigan State.
Well, yeah, that's tough.
They have to go on the road to North Carolina. Okay,
tough. Drake May.
Yeah, those. Yeah, it's and like he said, you just take Mo Ibrahim out of the equation. That was a war horse. That was a war.
That guy was a stud. You could always count. If he was healthy, you could always count on him.
I always thought it was fascinating when I look back, watching last year's game in Lincoln. Ibrahim they corralled him, Nebraska, in the first half. But this is what happened. And I don't know if you noticed it, because you don't see things like as clearly as I do.
What don't I see? Let's see what I don't see here.
Oh, Ibrahim turned up the juice in the second half. I mean, it was from the start of the second half, from the very first carry, you could see Ibrahim's mind going, I'm taking this thing over.
Guess what? That might have been because of more confidence in the quarterback at the helm.
No, it was because here's why it was. He said, I'm the best player on the field. I'm taking this game over.
And he did.
Yeah,
he did. All right, let's play the game. She'll give us a call right now at 464-5685. A chance to win a business box of bagels to Bagels and Joe. You won yesterday.
Flex.
Right? 1-0.
Flex.
1-0. Today's topic is NCAA basketball national champion head coaches.
Oh, interesting.
I will give you the team and the year.
Yeah.
You tell me what coach won that
This is going to be
championship.
rough. Okay, I just got to transport my mind
Lines
into
are jacked, by the
basketball
way.
mode. You like my shirt, you say?
I said the lines are jacked.
Oh. Somehow.
Like your shirts, lines are jacked. They sound similar.
I thought you said you like my
I
shirt.
think you wanted me to say that. It's fine. The shirt's great. It's a
Thank
great
you.
shirt.
Thank you.
464-5685. Shut Up Simple starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Play 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
All right, 464-5685. Call the Dicktown Sip and Trivia. No lifeline, just you again today. Bill can't help you. He's back tomorrow, though. How do you feel about college basketball champion?
If I can successfully transport my brain into basketball mode, I think I got a good shot here.
Okay. Drew, how do you feel about college basketball national championship coaches?
Oh, I think I feel pretty good. Been filling out brackets for a few years now, and so I've been paying attention.
Okay.
Okay, Drew.
All right, Drew. First question goes to you. Here we go. You sip your second.
Thank you.
Drew, for
Get it
the
together,
first
Jake.
question, it's hard to get together. Okay, Drew. Who was Maryland's head coach for their national championship in 2002 over Indiana?
That'd be Gary Williams.
That would be Gary Williams.
Yes, of course I had that. Of course I had that.
Good. Glad you did. It wasn't your question. You're down 1-0. For the tie, Sip, first question. Who was Michigan State's head coach for their national championship in 1979 over Indiana State?
He's a little bald guy, gray hair. Well, I mean, he is too gray. God, this is going to kill me. We've mentioned it.
I think you guys have.
Yeah, Bill and I have mentioned this guy's name on the air, and of course now it's escaping me. Michigan State,
1979. 5 seconds.
I can get it close.
5, 4, 3,
2. Hudkins.
Hudkins. The guess was Hudkins. That's not correct. Drew, do you want that one or not?
Yeah, I think that'd be Judd Heathcote.
Oh,
You're on the right track there, but no.
Yeah, that's a sign of
Heathcote Hudkins.
Right, brain damage is
Bob
what that
Huggins,
is.
I guess.
That's called brain damage. All right.
For the win, Drew, your last question.
Oh, God.
Who was UNLV's head coach for their national title in 1990 over Duke?
Are you kidding me, Jake?
No. It's a question.
That's a
Jerry Tarkanian.
layup of all layups.
Well, you know what? Could have been 2-1 if you got your question right with Judd Heathcote. But
Judd
you didn't.
Heathcote.
You went Hudkins instead. Hudkins.
It's called brain.
Drew, congrats. Get your bagels. Thanks for calling in and call in down the road.
Hey, Jake, I appreciate that pass to that alley-oop dunk at the end there.
You're welcome.
I was going to lay it in, but I just wanted to dunk it home.
Good job, Drew.
Good job. Good job the rest of the week. Good luck.
All right, Drew.
Alley-oop. I alley-oop Drew there.
You can tell that I'm limping home on this
Hudkins.
show. I
Hudkins.
thought you complimented my shirt when you said the lines are jacked.
So you like my shirt? No. I said the lines are jacked.
How did I hear I like your shirt? I
You
don't
must
get
have
it.
Cheez-It residue in your ear or
No,
something.
I don't have any Cheez-It residue because there is no Cheez-It residue. You
here's-
can
here-
rub
here's-
a Cheez-It on your hand and it won't
Here's
produce
what I really
residue.
want to happen today for listeners of the show. If you're just tuning in, missed any of the show, here's what I want to happen. So we had an argument on the show a couple times regarding Cheez-Its. By the way, Cheez-Its has 2 bowl games this year, which we were amazed by that. There's 2 Cheez-It sponsored bowl
Well,
games.
yeah, sponsored. One's called the Citrus Bowl.
I want you
Sponsored.
guys to light up the Twitter today. Yeah, the Twitter. Twitter. At 937 Jake Sorensen, at Steven _
I don't
Sipple.
need this on my Twitter feed.
If you want Bill involved there too, he's not here today, but yeah, at Coach _ Bill Bush, I believe is his Twitter handle. We need you to send us pictures of Cheez-Its, and is there residue on your hands from this. I
Show me
want
the residue.
to see it on Twitter. I
Show me
want
the
you
residue.
guys to help us out, because no matter what happens, we're going to do it tomorrow. We're going to have Cheez-Its and saltine crackers here during the show.
Just get regular saltines.
And we're going to see what has more residue. And it'll be definitely Cheez-Its.
John, my friend, again, 0 residue. John, my friend, says friend Mark. Lincoln also says 0 residue.
Well, guess what? I will have listeners chime in on Twitter. Again, all the day. Chime in on Twitter and show us the picture of Cheez-It in your hands afterwards. Don't wash them. Don't lick them. The immediate reaction after eating Cheez-Its.
Is it possible that you're getting Cheez-Its mixed up with something?
No, there's some, it's not a lot. There is some residue. I said it's ridiculous to type after
It's
eating
not
Cheez-Its.
ridiculous. No, not ridiculous.
Less residue than Cheetos, yes, by a lot, but there's still some, and you shouldn't type after having Cheez-Its.
There's no problem.
We will
with
do
it.
a test tomorrow morning,
There's
and
no
people
problem.
can tweet in. Before we get to break the spillover, real quick reminder: solar by Alpine Electric. Important. Solar's big right now, Sip. You know it's big. Rick at Solar by Alpine Electric will be there from start to finish. He's the owner of the business. It's a small local business. They're passionate about solar, and they do jobs in Lincoln and the surrounding area that can show you real-time results in your area. REC Solar Certified Pro Installer. Call Rick today at Solar by Alpine Electric at 402-440-4371.
I always thought solar panels enhance the look of a house too.
There
That's
you
what
go.
we're talking about.
Yeah, it is what we're talking about.
You put some solar they just look good. Looks fresh.
Do you think we'll get tweets today about Cheez-Its?
I don't think we'll get a lot of them. This doesn't amaze me because it's astounding that you think there's residue.
I know there's residue. It's not. I'm not saying it's Cheetos quality residue, but there is residue. There's oil that you should not be typing on your computer with.
Oil. There's not.
We're gonna have
oil.
spill it tomorrow too. We're gonna
Yeah,
have
if you leave a cheese on a piece of paper for a night, there might be a little
gonna
oil.
have a taste test tomorrow, and we're gonna see how the fingers look after diving into a box or a bowl of Cheez-Its. It's gonna happen. The spillover is next on Early Break on the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Simmel. Ticketfm.com.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making decisions, local organizations, and helping businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small real estate ag lending. We're here for you, your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
If you suffer with joint pain, good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400. Nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere sprayer from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Leverage the industry's latest technology with See & Spray to target weeds in season, in corn and soybeans, and use less herbicide per acre. Utilize Exact Apply to save in chemical usage and prevent over-application. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details and experience the Landmark difference.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. the home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Springtime is here, and it's time to get to work on outdoor projects. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams. From treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and TimberTech composite decking. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671. Go online at deckcityne.com or visit their new location just north of 33rd and Cornhusker Highway.
Motor Food is Lincoln's hardest rocking food truck and cafe. Motor Food creates old school comfort food with a 21st century twist and lots of rock and roll attitude. Try the barbecue pulled pork mac and cheese, the grilled chicken Firebird sandwich, a 100% all beef split grilled hot dog, and any version of their funky fries. Stop by the cafe just behind Outback Steakhouse on 48th Street or catch the food truck out and about all spring and summer. Check out their menu, order carryout, or schedule catering at motorfoodtruck.com.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $20 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapeSupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Some kids worry about making the sports team. Others worry about where they'll sleep tonight. In Lincoln, 300 kids are in need of a safe and loving home. Cedars is here for them, but we do need your help. A gift to Cedars makes an immediate impact on Lincoln's kids. And on Give to Lincoln Day, your gift goes even further. I'm Jim Blue, president of the Cedars organization, and I'm asking you to go to givetolincoln.com to make your gift to Cedars and support Lincoln's kids today.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break with Sip and Jake.
Simple, you are an idiot.
Brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is time for the spillover. We got Chris Raff with us once again. Raff, what's going on, man?
Good morning. He looks like a big Cheez-It.
Yeah.
Resplendent in
I
orange.
wore the Cheez-It colors.
Does that leave residue also or not?
Stop.
Sometimes.
Where do you stand on Cheez-It? Team
I-
residue or not?
I don't know. I never really thought about it until this morning, but I'm going to go residue.
Thank you. Because, Raff, you're a smart man. That's why.
Educated.
Everything has a little residue. Everything.
Here's the real question. Okay,
Jake.
that's fair. That's fair. But here, Raph, what happened is that Sip said the ultimate snack for writing is a Dr. Pepper and Cheez-Its.
Oh, God, it's beautiful.
Now, Cheez-Its has enough residue to make that probably not the right answer. Is there something that would be besides that could be an answer that would not fill you up too much?
That's good.
Because
way to
if you do
characterize it.
chocolate, that could melt, and that's not good. You can't do a Hershey bar.
Cheez-Its are
Like,
very
popcorn
benign.
Popcorn has residue
maybe-
of salt.
Maybe beef jerky.
Yeah,
beef jerky is a great one.
that's a great one, but
That's
it's
a
more
great one.
expensive.
It is. It's
I mean,
true.
hey, beef jerky's costing you right now. You go to the Quick Stop, you're dropping $12 for it.
But I thought like journalists make huge money.
I do.
Big money.
I'm
Hey,
very-
pretzels have way less
Pretzels
residue.
not bad.
Way less residue than Cheez-It.
Pretzels, though, you find yourself continually digging in your teeth to get the stuff
I don't
out.
dig in my teeth for pretzels.
I do. Cheez-Its are benign. They're perfect. They're not. They don't fill you up. They're salty.
And then you look at your pant leg, and it's just full of
No,
oil
it's not.
and grease
Yeah,
when you
no,
wipe it on
it's
your
not.
leg.
Okay, wait a second.
What did your person say?
Patrinka.
Patrinka chimed in about the Cheez-It conversation.
She said Cheez-Its.
The world of
This is
cheese.
Katrinka. Cheez-Its are on sale today at Hy-Vee for $1.99. That's pretty good, by the way.
I think we'll be buying some Cheez-Its today.
There is
for our
no
competition.
This is what
tomorrow.
she said. Now, she kind of contradicts herself here, you'll notice. She said there is no residue, but if you rub your hands on your pants, it'll leave a grease spot.
That'd be residue.
See, that's residue. That's residue. You
I
can't
don't
be
agree with
typing
that.
on your computer after having that crap on your hands.
I'm naturally greasy, so it doesn't really matter.
Is this the same computer we're talking about? You're typing on?
Yeah.
I don't even want to touch that thing.
Oh, God, really, Jake?
It's probably got
Really?
grease everywhere.
Really?
That thing's probably barely even usable now.
Really?
It's not even-
Really? That's what we're going to
The
say.
keyboard's just stuck. Can't even type at all.
Really? Come on.
Why
Just
is there
say-
no T in the story? T button stuck.
Yeah, the W and the T, they don't work. The Q doesn't work properly.
Cheez-Its are on sale today at
Yeah, I
Hy-Vee.
might have to get some of those.
$1.99. That's a good deal.
Well, here's our big point, though, Raph, is that we were looking, but the reason why I brought up Cheez-Its is because we were going through.
Because it's summer.
It's summertime, summer radio. And also, we were going through some bowl projections by Brett McMurphy of the Action Network. And we saw Nebraska was seen as in the Vegas Bowl against Utah, which would be awesome. It's before Christmas. It's in Vegas. It's in a dome. It'd be great on the Strip. But then we kept doing research, and Cheez-Its is a part sponsor of 2 different bowl games.
Nice.
Of all the companies in the world, Cheez-Its has 2.
You were really
doing good
You're
business.
really taken by that.
I was going to ask too about UNLV. Do they still play at that old stadium when you fly into
Ooh.
Vegas? Or
No.
So they moved out of there now.
UNLV, not the Raiders.
Right.
UNLV.
I have to. I don't know this. Now back to the Cheez-It thing, real quick, Raph. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's fine.
We can figure out where UNLV plays. That's a good question.
That stadium looks like it's kind of
It does.
Kind of let it fall
Good
apart.
word.
It does. It looks like you bury bodies out in that area.
It's a true story.
Yeah. The mob.
They might. Maybe they do.
Cheez-It Citrus Bowl, Jake. Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. It's called the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl.
And the Cheez-It Bowl.
And there's a Cheez-It Bowl.
Why?
Why not?
Cheez-Its is
No residue.
doing good business.
Cheez-It Bowl. Cheez-It Bowl. The projection is North Carolina and Kansas State. That's in Orlando.
So is that this?
The Citrus Bowl is also in Orlando. I wonder if Cheez-It is based in Orlando.
Well, I thought Cheez-It was
Very-
like a branch of like Nabisco or something. It's not his own company.
Okay, let's
is it?
not go down
I
this
wonder why
road.
they do.
Let's not do this where we talk about things we don't know.
Okay.
We know Cheez-It doesn't give you residue, and it's
No,
clean.
we do know it does give you residue, and it has 2 bowl games now apparently.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
Cheez-It Bowl champions. Which one?
Yeah, which bowl? Which
Well,
Cheez-It bowl?
It's the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl, so it's still the Citrus Bowl. It's just sponsored by Cheez-It. Cheez-It then has its own.
The
That is
Cheez-It Bowl,
wild.
the Cheez-It Bowl a couple years ago was like the worst game ever played. I think it was 7-3. Was that TCU and somebody in Oregon? I want to say it was like 7-3. The game was.
Okay.
Where's Tostitos? Bring back the Tostitos.
Oh, God.
Fiesta Bowl.
I can tell you, covering the Fiesta Bowl, I will tell you this. There's a lot of little weird things I remember throughout the course of my career. Now, I covered the Fiesta Bowl twice, and it's remarkable how many bags of Tostitos are around that bowl.
How many did
game.
you have?
Oh, my God.
There were a ton.
I mean, I'm not
How
saying
was the residue on
I
it?
overdid. They have a little residue. They have a little grease. Like
yeah, they do.
they do, because everything does.
But on a paper towel, it's
Because almost every food does. A
You should
piece of
type-
bread
you
has
should-
residue.
not as bad as a chip.
No, okay. Anyway, that you wouldn't. It was incredible how many bags of Tostitos there were. I mean, I have 12 bags of Tostitos in my room.
Eat them all. There's 12 open. It's taken out of one. Chips out of all the bags.
Yeah, you can snack on them.
Back in the day. Yeah. All right. By the way, Corey and Ron both say that Kellogg's owns Cheez-Its.
Huh.
There's also at least there was a Kellogg's Tony the Tiger, the Sun Bowl, I think was sponsored by Tony the Tiger, which is Kellogg's Frosted Flakes, of course. So Kellogg's has now gotten big into the bowl situation here.
Okay.
Cheez-Its has two things, and the Tony the Tiger Bowl, that's Kellogg's. So I don't know what's going on there, but they're big into bowl games.
Interesting.
Cereal bowl,
Interesting. Tomorrow, Bill Bush will be back.
He's back.
And he'll weigh in on this matter.
And we will have a Cheez-It test on the airwaves to see residue.
I mean, you're not going to get it on your hands.
Yes, I am. It's going to smear on my hands.
It's not gonna
I'm going to
smear.
touch the mouse. It's going to be all oily, and people are going to be pissed at me because the mouse is oily and the buttons are oily over here.
Look at my mouse.
That's
Look at it.
You wipe it off every day. It's obviously the case there. Well, Nick Sanders in the building. Nick's in the building.
There he is.
Can you hear us, Nick? Can you hear us?
The voice.
Look, Nick called 4 games yesterday for high school baseball. I think he's got 2 more
Yeah.
today, and we're going all the way till Friday for state baseball up in Omaha. So
Mark Onweiler brought you 2 specially made cookies.
yes, Nick, you see those? There's unfrosted cookies that are for you. Nobody else. Those are for you only.
Yeah, and I
we didn't eat. He looked at him. He almost ate one, and Mark said no. Those are for Nick.
No, I said no. I policed myself.
But Mark also said no. These are for Nick, and then you said okay, fine, no to yourself. But
I
Mark
was-
said no first.
I was policing myself. Raph,
Yes, sir.
upcoming on your show today.
Oh, I don't know. We'll talk about some guy that got committed to Georgia yesterday.
Some guy
you
who
may,
committed to
you,
Georgia.
you may have heard of him.
We'll talk a little bit about that. Maybe a little bit about the basketball game tonight.
Oh yes, big one.
Lakers Nuggets game 1,
7:30.
ESPN.
That's a remarkably good matchup. Fascinating. The true MVP playing in this game, the Joker.
Nikola Jokic.
Yeah, the Joker is the true MVP of the NBA. Obviously, in fact, Embiid, doesn't this situation make you think that maybe they should wait to name the MVP?
I'm sure if you asked
No.
Tommy Frazier the same question about the Heisman, he'd probably say the same thing.
Well, but here's the thing. All you got to do is say Raph, all you got to do is say simple. It's the regular season MVP.
Yeah, I think
It's
I
the
don't know.
regular season MVP.
I guess, I wish, I wish they'd wait. I think. I mean, if you're the MVP, you're the MVP.
Forget.
Like you said, it's regular season.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Regular
it's
season.
just
I guess if you win Finals MVP, but that doesn't really hold as much water as the regular season.
there were people in my ear for weeks saying Embiid is not the MVP. It's the Joker. Now the playoffs have just proven that out clearly.
But there was a lot of talk too about it that they didn't want Jokic to win 3 straight because then they were said
Fatigue.
if he wins 3 straight, then he has to be considered one of the best of all time, and he's not one of the best of all time. He just won 3 straight, and I'm just like, well, if he had a good enough season to win it, he should win.
I think he's one of the best big men of all time.
He's really good. He's
He's
really
very
good.
unique. He's a very unique big man in that his triple doubles include assists often.
And he set the record for the quickest triple double ever. Damn.
We'll end on this note. This is a quote from Phil with a comment. Phil says this in the text line. He says, quote, "Let's not talk about things we don't know. Sip, your show would be 10 minutes long if that was the case."
Well, I don't know how to respond to that.
That's just smile and wave.
I just
smile and wave.
I just really appreciate your compliment of my shirt.
I said the Lions are jacked. I didn't say anything about your shirt.
I somehow heard.
He
heard
what he wanted to hear.
I somehow heard. I like your shirt.
And I said,
The
Lions
are jacked. I like your shirt.
No, he heard what he wanted me to say all show long. I never said it. He said it for
It finally
himself
happened.
in his mind. That's it for us. For Chris Raff and Steve Sipple, I'm Jake Sorensen. See you.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a work week year-round, and their strong team culture